be washing them and then drying them, wrinkle them and then wear them out. Man, somebody retire them. They all up in my grill though. I don't know why they stalk. And we don't speak their language, we don't know what they be talking. We don't know what they be talking. Rapping that with a circle, I don't hear what you're trying to say.
Hey guys, and here we go. Now I am live on Monster Supercross instead. So let's get in and we'll just start off with a career until a couple of you guys have managed to get on over. Here's a belly. Hey, thanks for coming back. Don't know if you caught what I was saying before, but this was a really unexpected title for me.
The long off season is over. You no longer have to dream of winning. It's time to...
Hey, welcome back.
The riders are lined up. The gate is about to drop. Who will get the whole shot?
Playing it on Meg's stream, I was massively surprised by how much fun. But it's one of those games that if you do without playing again, let's adjust that. It is very loud actually. Do it on the options for the audio and we'll just put the master. No? Why is that? There we go. Can't do it with the mouse apparently. How's that? Is that better? Hey, also I beat Meg. I ended Stadia Super Saturday's stream with a win, but every other round I think was terrible, so I do think it was pretty much a fluke. Now I'm not doing really good at showing myself off here. Okay, don't see how that will happen. Can we pull it back? We're obviously not going to win, but... Whoa. like if you even have ridden motorbikes before, this game probably feels an awful lot easier to play. I don't even know how that happened. Consistently getting the best lap times, but just when you're winning. And I'm not far off getting lapped in now, so I've really got to do something. Let's see if I can up that a little bit. Maybe that'll be a little... Oh yeah, that... Okay guys, apologies. I didn't even really realise how quiet that was. I can hear myself and my monitoring massively different now. I previously set all of this up for Red Dead, and obviously the noise difference from that game is quite dramatically different, although I'm still noticing a lot of artifacts. I must just have something going on with the internet today. I mean, we've got a lot of bad weather. I don't know about everybody else and where you're situated, but we're being hit by a lot of storms. Ooh. Catching some big air, yeah, into walls generally, that's the problem. Like that. Need Meg in here to give us a masterclass on how you're actually supposed to play this. How did I get upside down? And there's me being lapped. Thing is, I feel like even if I watch the computer, I don't get any better. It's just a hard game. It's I guess it's not that much different from sort of racing simulators. They're never easy games, but they're always fun to get into. Yeah, I agree, Stephen. We've got a fair bit of this hanging around. We've got another. That a Mary Poppins getting plugged. Should have caught it on video, my friend.
Welcome to one of the most spectacular stadiums in the world, AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
That's right. This race is going to go better, all right, guys? for a start. We're gonna take off at the right time. We're not gonna hold A to try and.
Here we go. Time to go
Sounds like the upper
racing.
American
It
Ninja
all
Warrior.
comes down to this.
Haven't seen the
Who
American
will
series.
risk everything for the win.
That was a better start. We're actually getting out ahead of the pack. And then they all come flying in. Oh, this is a bit of a battle. But yeah, see, so this time we've come out pretty good. Whoa, what was that? We'll rewind that. I don't really understand what happened. See, I don't feel like I'm really doing anything different this round yet. I'm winning. I was winning, I said that way too early. I can feel the concentration going now. Oh, face plant, face. Too much. Hey Raven, mate, welcome to the stream, my friend. Whoa, big crap. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Have you been to it? I feel like that the level of fitness required to do that sort of challenge is just such a step up. Oh, I didn't even make it. Doing terrible. Started off so well. The race is going horrendously. I started off pretty well. I was first for a while and now I'm last. I don't claim to be good at this game though. It's just great fun. We're going to reverse that one. And we've done the same thing, so it was pointless. Try to take that guy out. At this point, I'd just be happy to get 20th, which is still a big ask. I almost feel like this would be easier to do in real life. Maybe I should try it. New YouTube series. This game is so hard. Wasted. By the way, for those that haven't played this, you do get a tutorial at the beginning of the game, but all it actually does is tell you how to launch out the gate. From that point, it's after riding a bike in a race, go find that bear. Is that the Red Dead bear, or? Yeah, it does have the reverse feature as well, Stephen. It's I just don't feel like I'm going to save myself any trouble by applying it at the moment. But just so you can see it, as it is in most racing games these days. Press down on the D-pad. No, I have no idea how to trick. Oh, what? Okay. Oh my god. Oh. That just makes the game a whole new different level of difficult. Dan, my man, if you want to jump in on a game on this, I'd be more than happy to play. The same goes to anybody else that might have this. If you want to jump in, stop cheating and rewinding. You can't do that in real life.
And a hard-fought victory
yeah,
for
you can.
our winner. Let's take a look at the final result.
I do it on Sky all the time. Try another one. How do you do the tricks, Dan? That'll be interesting. Supermoto?
Here we go.
All depends on the price point. I mean, it's made by the same developers, so I think there's a good chance I would enjoy it. Supermoto is something that I used to... I was never a massive fan of it, but I definitely followed it way more than I've followed any form of motocross before.
Here we go. Time to go.
But that was a long time ago. But I've played a lot of the Supermoto games, and I've always enjoyed them. They tend to just be great fun. I think I said this on last night's stream on the StadiaSource podcast. They are good fun games to play, and much like this is, I mean, this, I would never take it as a serious game. I enjoy this game because, I enjoy this game because of how bad I am at it and the funny moments that it can create more than anything else. And that is a good thing that they are fun, but would I drop £50 on that game when there are other games that I would rather play? Probably not. And as I said, to be fair, I was hesitant about this game, and I did receive it as a review copy, sorry, not a review copy, a promotional copy from Stadia, so I didn't purchase this game. However, had I not, and I'd seen this stream, I think I probably would have done, and I definitely wouldn't have been disappointed in paying for this game. It's given me a lot of fun so far, but it's definitely way more fun playing it with people. There's no denying that. If you're playing it with friends, then you get an awful lot more laughs out of this game. Yes, Dan. I will. I'll finish this race. Set up a lobby, or you feel free to set up a lobby, and I'll join yours. I don't mind. And same goes for anybody else who wants to get involved. You are more than welcome. The more the merrier. Dan just wants to beat me on my stream. I know that, and he will. I'm getting a lot of artifacts right now. Ooh, what's going on there? Just catching up with the chat a minute. See, as a visually impaired gamer, I love the reverse, so the losing challenge. Yeah, and that's a perfect way to do it. Hey Duncan, thanks for dropping by, buddy. Would you agree that the reason Destiny 2 is not free to play in Stadia is because Bungie won't share the microtransaction sales? Very possibly. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they weren't happy with obviously the lack of money that was going to be made, and from, as Chase would say, from a business lens, I completely understand that. I think it's actually more to do with portal communication, and that we are never going to see free-to-play games on the Stadia platform, because it poses the same issue that GeForce Now has, and that is that if you play on the free tier of GeForce Now, they make absolutely nothing at all. So the game you've already purchased through whatever storefront that you used, and the hardware is being used for free, right? You've done absolutely nothing to give GeForce or Nvidia a cut of anything at all, and that doesn't work long term. There has to be a subscription to bring some money in somewhere. Now, with Stadia, you could argue that it's not free to play if you have to subscribe to the platform, but that's the same on Xbox as well. PC obviously is slightly different. Then you purchase the hardware initially, which is still a purchase to play a free-to-play game. There isn't truly such a thing as free-to-play, because it requires you to have either hardware that runs it or a subscription to an online service to play it, at the moment at least. I mean, Fortnite runs on phones, but you still need the phone in the first place, right? So there is still a hardware requirement, and I know that's probably being a little bit too picky about that, but I think we are pretty safe to say that all multiplayer games will be locked behind a pro subscription, even at free-to-play level.
The first race was a no-holds-barred battle. Let's take a look at the results while the riders prepare for the...
Right, I'm going to come out and find Dan's lobby now. I mean, Trials is another game that I really want to get into playing a bit more of. I think the level of... Oh, what? I didn't realise this was... Can I quit this? I must be able to quit out of this here, right? Exit to main menu, yeah. Oh, that's fine. I don't mind losing that progress. Duncan, you'll be happy to know that I named my horse after you in Red Dead Redemption. So whilst you may hashtag don't subscribe to Stadia Arcadia, I get to ride you off a cliff. That's the in-game music. So look at the lobby list. There are no lobby lists. Okay, Dan, the lobby is now created. Yeah, see, so my connection strength is only 2 out of 5 bars. I don't know what that is. It's never been an issue before. Yeah, that's right. Duncan, feel free to jump in on this as well, man. I know you love this game. I doubt that that's the issue. I never really have any problems with it. I mean, it could very well be, but a player has joined X2I. I think it's probably more than likely to do with the real bad weather that we're having around here at the moment. Good old Geralt of Rivia. Now, interestingly, it's showing Dan's only got a 2-bar connection now as well, which is also weird. This one's for Duncan. Winning, yes. I would say that we could host in a Discord channel and get that in as well, but I think my connection would probably just crumble under that at the moment. Get rid of that mouse cursor. Oh, and Dan flying ahead. Oh, we both went the wrong way, did we? Interesting. Hey, Duncan has joined us as well. And now we don't need to worry about coming last. wipeout. Ah, double wipeout. There are just some places in this game that if you lose the rhythm, it's very difficult to make that time back up. Oh. Oh, what the... So one thing we did notice is that when you play in the wet like this, that as you go round the track, it generally seems to get harder, so it's like you're chewing the ground up that much more each time. Yeah, unfortunately I think if I try and host video as well, I think you're all going to just end up with a blank screen. Oh, it's going to happen again. Going to lose that. Oh no, there we go. There we go. Just... Don't be worried, we'll join the next race, you won't finish last. Yeah, I'm counting on it. That's why I got this this compound 6 in the wet over and done with before Duncan got in. Oh, I thought I might be able to take him out then. I don't even know how many laps we're doing on this. Ooh, big flick. Perfect. I don't see how anything about that was perfect. Oh. Perfect again. There's a definite issue in the in how the game scores your jumps and stuff there. It'd just be nice to get one good lap in here. Terrible control. Dan miles ahead of me. To be fair, Duncan, I think even you'd be thrashing me at this point. This is probably the worst performance I've ever put in. See, this is what I mean. So this game I'm not good at, as you guys can see. by a long stretch, but it's still really good fun. It's not one of those games that's frustratingly difficult that you don't want to play it. In fact, it's kind of probably almost the opposite. It makes you want to master it, but I just don't think I'm ever going to get there. Oh, another lap. Do I think Stadia is going to match Series X with Cyberpunk? Sun Series is going to free upgrade from... Yeah, so I don't think we're going to match anything on that, because that's only if you buy it on the current gen Xbox and then you buy the Series X. So all they're doing is just carrying the license over to the new hardware, but obviously there are benefits to that, and it's never previously been a thing. Like GTA 5, I bought it 3 times. I bought it initially on the 360, then on the Xbox One, and then on PC, and I'd never do that again, regardless of what you're getting out of it. Maybe from a console to a PC point of view, I understand the advantages that you can get from that, but I'd never buy it across multiple iterations of a console again. That was just a little bit silly on my behalf. But with Stadia, obviously, you're never going to need to purchase an upgraded version of Stadia. I guess in the future they could do different tiers of subscriptions, but that's technically not the same instance, right? So I don't think Stadia are going to do anything to match it, because I don't think they need to. I don't think there's anything they can actually match with that. Oh look, with this... Oh yeah, we are racing. You don't race as your own person, do you? So now we're going to go ahead and get Duncan in here as well. Except I didn't mean to do that, so sorry guys. I'll create another lobby. Not take a screenshot. Still pressing the wrong button. But I think it's a good move from Microsoft to do that. I think it will help with sales of the game, because a lot of people would probably be holding off, knowing full well that very soon that a better version of that game will exist. Thanks very much for stopping by, O'Neill. See you again soon, buddy. I'll just wait for Dan and Duncan to get on into the new one. I'll have a quick look and just see what happens if I try and bring Discord into this. Guess I'll just go into the desktop audio. Let's have a look. That's not working. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't want to ruin the stream right now. I'll for next time I'll certainly try and make sure that that's there. See if we can get these guys in on it, and hopefully my internet will be feeling a bit stronger by that point. I've never really had internet issues since moving here, but clearly there's something that's going on. I've also never had this many times where it's not stopped or stuttered so much, but you can just see the rendering isn't as smooth as it usually is, and this is playing on balance as well. It's not even playing for the highest settings. And the reason for that is I'm playing on my PC, so playing it through the Chrome browser rather than the Chromecast Ultra. I barely even see that. Duncan going straight off. Oh, he knocked me. He fell off too. That's fine. Have a nice little boost from you there, Dan. Thank you. No, I don't think we will see remastered editions so much on the Stadia platform. Not to say that they won't have graphical upgrades of older games, but I don't think we're going to be seeing games come out now that come out better on Stadia without being developed like now, if that makes sense. I don't think I explained that very well. So I think if we're seeing games that are coming from, say, more than 2-3 years ago, then we may be seeing that developers choose to unleash the power of Stadia a little bit more in them. But I don't think we will be seeing versions that are necessarily built differently just for Stadia. And in the interview that Dan published with the Kind developer, they speak about like how actually the biggest issue in porting games to Stadia is the UI, because it has to be playable on a phone, a tablet, a PC, a 50-inch TV. There are just challenges that you don't really think about with displaying text mainly. Obviously it needs to be completely legible on a phone, and also a 50-inch TV from sort of 10-12 feet back as well. So I think that that's a good eye-opener into why there are certain games that we want to come to Stadia that we're not seeing. I think that a lot of the developers maybe just aren't up for putting that level of work in on titles that have been out for a while already. They're not going to make enough sales off the Stadia platform at this moment in time to really require it. Hey Raf, welcome to the stream, my friend. And right now we're just giving Dan a little lesson in how to play this game, because apparently I've turned on my my cheats, host cheats and all that, just like the host shotgun from Halo days, or Gears of War even, rather. Okay, would you say go-to? So my go-to genre is probably RPG. When I think back at some of my favourite games, they have been RPG / point and clicks. My favourite game of all time is definitely Monkey Island 3, but the Monkey Island series in general, they are some of the fondest memories I have in gaming. But they don't really work so well today, obviously. So I play a lot of sports titles. I play a lot of NBA on here. I play a lot of this. Horrors are one of my favourite to play. I'm just really, really bad at them, and I generally don't play them very often because I'm just not built for them. I tried to play Outlast several times and I've never got more than a couple of minutes into it before I just stopped playing that game. The new Resident Evil 3 remake looks great. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the very recent screenshots that have just leaked for that game. I think there's about 5 or 6 images. That game looks fantastic. I really do hope that that comes to Stadia. I think it'll be a massive waste if we don't try and get that game on board. I think with the ability to crowd share and so on, that would open up some seriously awesome content. Yeah, I love the originals as well, but for me Monkey Island 3 was just the best of the best. That game, I played it again not that long ago, just in one sit-in, and the only downside is I can't forget any of the puzzles in that game, so it doesn't take me very long, but I still love that game, even from the very beginning. Murray the Talking Skull is brilliant. Turn-based games, I've tried my hand at a few of them, but I don't think they're for me. Turn-based combat slightly different, so like the XCOM games. I actually really enjoy those games, but like the RTS style kind of is XCOM, but I don't know. XCOM is just something different. But a lot of the other turn-based stuff I haven't necessarily loved. But then I also think of Final Fantasy, and they were turn-based, and I loved them. Well, they're not anymore, but they used to be. They were some of my favourite games as well. I am looking forward to the Final Fantasy VII remake. Again, whether or not we'll see anything on Stadia getting hold of that would be interesting. Dan is catching me up, taking my eyes off to read the chat. Hey, there we go. Checking in, just wanted to watch MM2K video and saw you were like that. Thanks very much for stopping by weekly. You said you had 11-12 games on Stadia. That has included the pro games. Yes, that does include all. I've got all of the games that come on pro. I've claimed every single one of them, and I haven't played all of them yet. I still haven't played the Tomb Raider that we got the second time round. That's on my list of things to play. I think Dan just dropped out of that one then. Oh, you have to, because I said it as a rage quit. No, I need to go for a bit, GG. No worries, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Don't know if you're up for another one, Duncan. I'll open up, see if you want to join. I can only play an hour of horrors before I die of fear. Dead Space 2 is my most... Yeah, I agree, Duncan. You beat him for that. Dead Space 2 is my most scariest, and I would love to see Resident Evil 3 on Stadia. Interesting. I didn't find Dead Space 2 that bad at all. I thought Dead Space was way worse than 2. I just found 2 had too many open areas for combat, whereas 1, the entire game was... Well, you never really had more than about 10 foot of space around you, did you? But I really liked 3, but I felt like it shouldn't have been a Dead Space game. They could have spun it a different way somehow. The co-op was fun, but it completely took away the horror aspect of it. The only thing that I do really remember having a fond memory of with that game was not having a clue what was going on when you have the bits where you split up and one of you gets like the nightmare, if you like, and the other person is looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? There's nothing on the screen. And I was the one that was being attacked, so I just remember freaking, and my mate being like, I have no idea what's wrong with you right now. And again, if you could share that screen like you can in Breakpoint, so they could see your view, that would be pretty cool. I got Stadia on December 31st, and all the included games I've not finished, so I think the pro subscription will be worth the money. Yeah, and that's very much like how I feel about it. For the amount of money, the fact that we're seemingly going to be getting two titles a month for that money, so it's what, £4.50 Well, I'm going to wrap this one up shortly anyway, as we're nearly an hour in on this one. I've done an hour on Red Dead earlier as well. I've been having all sorts of issues anyway, so these unfortunately haven't been the best. So you're welcome to join and finish out with me, or you can duck out. I don't mind, buddy. I do agree though, Stephen. I do think Resident Evil 3 on this platform would be awesome. No worries, Wrath. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Come to think of it, I think I've bought Monkey Island on pretty much every platform that you can have it on as well. Yeah, he joined. I never actually changed my rider either. I've just done that for a change. I forget that different bikes have different attributes and setups. Good man, Raph. Good man. And while you're at it, if you haven't subbed, go ahead and sub, if just for the animation. I feel like if there's only two of you, whatever the host picks, it kind of picks that one. As it did it with me and Dan in the first one as well. Whoa! What the hell happened there? Must have hit that invisible wall. See, Duncan, it was worth you joining. You're going to win your first race. Realised Dan never did tell me how to do the tricks. Oh, another big crash. Oi. Nope. Oi. Just trying different buttons now to see if I can find out how you do tricks. Oh, why am I apparently off track here? What's going on? I'm making Duncan look good now. Sure isn't 3 in Stadia. I'll throw my money at them. I'm not holding out much for GDC. I know a lot of people are, and that's probably a smart move. I just feel like we're getting so much so quickly from Stadia at the moment that I don't think they're going to do an awful lot at GDC. I don't even really know why I feel like that. Like, usually I'm pretty confident in what we're going to see from the early sort of announcements, and I know a lot of people are talking about Amazon, and obviously they've shown us that they want to talk about cloud technologies and so on, but they've been working on cloud stuff for a long time, just not necessarily in the game sphere. And whilst I am 90% sure that they are working on something cloud-based, I'm not sure it's going to be what people are sort of worrying about, if you like. I think maybe they're going to discuss technologies rather than sort of say this is what we've got. And my only reason for thinking this is, yes, they have Lumberjack, can't remember, I think it's Lumberjack, the game engine, but we haven't seen really anything come from that yet. Certainly no massive titles, and they succeed at most things they do, and they do have Prime, which ties in very nicely, and they obviously own Twitch, which is a big selling point when it comes to gaming. If you can integrate Twitch into it like flawlessly, then people are going to be really interested in that. It's still by a long way the biggest game streaming platform, there's no denying that, and YouTube is growing, right? But we are missing an awful lot of features that exist on Twitch, and as somebody who uses Streamlabs to do my streaming, which is what I'm using right now, there is an awful lot of integration built into this software that does not work at all in any capacity with YouTube, which is a big shame. I mean, you get the subscriptions, and if you have enough followers, being 1,000, you can use the super chats on YouTube, and they are integrated. But the little things, like essentially the difference between liking a video and not, and so on, and being able to put mini games in the chat for you guys and things like that, they only exist on the Twitch platform. Even doing giveaways, like when we had StadiaSource Saturday, had I been doing that through Twitch as well, then I could have done the giveaways directly in the chat without having to use third-party websites and so on to pick random people. You can even set it so that you can use like your virtual currency, which you accrue when you watch your favourite streamers on Twitch, as a way of buying tickets into a raffle. So say it's your favourite streamer and you watch them all the time, you might have, I don't know, say 1,000 of whatever their currency is. Mine was called Arcadia coins, and then as the streamer you can set what you want the price of each of those to be. You can set them at 10 coins or 20 coins or 100 coins, whatever you want. But it just meant that, I mean, that wouldn't have been great for the event, it's just an example, but for other things that would just come in really handy, I think. Do you think that Amazon will be the first one to offer integrated TV app, or will you require to? I don't know. I think Google would be ahead of the game on that, because you get TVs that have got Chromecast built in, whereas I don't think there are any that have the Fire Stick built in yet. But hey, let's face it, all Amazon need to do is sell an Amazon branded TV, right? Just partner with, I don't know, Sharp or LG or something like that. They tend to do a lot of rebranding work, and you could quite easily have a Fire Stick built into that. I mean, we're getting to the point now where smart TVs have apps, right? So providing it's got either Bluetooth or some form of Wi-Fi connectivity, then there's no real reason that can't just be added onto it at a later stage. And Duncan has his first win, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel, Duncan? I know you got something to say about that. Right, guys, so gameplay wise, that's going to be it. What I'll do is I'll just stick around for a little bit because I know there's a couple of you still here, so we'll just move in, chat about maybe some other stuff. You got an achievement? Oh, what'd you get? I haven't got any achievements on this game yet, I don't think. Or do I? Don't even know where you check achievements. Not here, clearly. See, even on here it says my connection's fine. It's just not, though. It's not the case. I see him doing more of the river dance. King of Harrington. Alright. That's what you get for winning on that track then. The notification center keeps you up to date and everything happening in the game. That's not what I wanted. Click on your profile picture. Ah. Recent achievements. December 3rd, November 20th, November 20th. So that's how long ago it was since I played Red Dead, literally the day after I got it. Yeah, SteamWorld is a series that I'm very much looking forward to trying out. I have not played any of them before. I've looked at gameplay footage since the announcement, and I am very much looking forward to trying those games. I watched Bill over on StadiaCast's episode where he was talking about these games and how he'd played them on his Switch and actually put some footage up of playing it from the Switch. That's just looks like a game style that, well, certainly Dig and Dig 2 are games that I think I'll enjoy. I like those side-scroller Metroidvania style games. The turn-based one may not be my cup of tea, and again, depending on price point on that, would be an issue for me. And then you've got the Hand of Gigamech, which I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but I think that looks like an interesting game as well. I'm certainly looking forward to those coming out and seeing how we start pricing these smaller style games on the platform, because we've got the likes of Thumper, which, yes, it was a pro game. I don't think many people will have purchased that game, so it's a weird game to have on the platform. I feel like they always knew that that was going to be given away early on as one of their pro games, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the worst game in the world by a long stretch, but it's just, I don't know, maybe on mobile with touch integration, which I don't know if you guys have seen. Again, Stadia Touch, an article that I put out on StadiaSource, and Dan updated it with the news that we got recently that now is available on Android devices. So if you do have a Stadia capable phone, then check out that. You can find it on StadiaSource.com, and it allows you to put a on-screen overlay of the controls, so you can play the game without having to plug a control in. It's something that I've spoke about a few times before, and it's something that I think makes a big difference to playing on mobile. You are going to have times where you don't have a control with you, but you just want to have a quick check, and Dan made a really good example of Destiny players wanting to hit Xur up, and they're out and about. They can just open their phone, open the Stadia app, use the on-screen controls to go there. You're probably not going to want to play a game like Destiny with those controls, but if you're just going to the tower or wherever Xur happens to be, then that's a really useful thing to put in. And I would imagine we're going to see some official support on something like this in the future, once we've got it available across like all of the devices they're planning to support. It just seems like a natural thing for them to do and move forwards with. I like the idea of points on YouTube to join competitions, but don't you think people might abuse the chat to build points? So yeah, and that does happen on Twitch as well. I mean, if you go on to a famous YouTuber, Twitch, sorry, you will see like over 100 people in chat, and it's almost impossible to keep up with the chat. I think you just have to be mindful that you set them to the right sort of limits, and you can always put in anti-spam features with the chatbots, etc., that generally work pretty well. I also feel like people that have that many probably have a couple of moderators to help them out generally when they're doing these things, rather than it just being them. I mean, if I struggle sometimes with chat, and I've had, I think 11 people came on at one point today, and when it gets really busy, it's difficult to pay attention to what you're doing and the chat, and that's something that I've got to work on. But I can only imagine what that's like with like 100, 200, 300 people all in, especially if you've got a giveaway going on at the same time. Just having a look to see if I've got any news to share about anything. Don't think I do. Although my phone has just buzzed a couple of times. Duncan. Yeah, alright. Good one, buddy. Good one. Oh, what's this? So an hour ago, Stadia posted 3 more days with the squid emojis, and that is referencing Baldur's Gate. So I'm just going to throw this one up on my screen share, if I can find the right one. Yeah, here we go. So right here, Stadia posted this an hour ago, 3 more days. Tune in to the Stadia YouTube channel this Thursday, where we'll be hosting the Baldur's Gate live stream for the worldwide gameplay reveal of Baldur's Gate 3. So we know this game is coming to Destiny, and I think this is going to be one of the bigger hits that we get, certainly this year on the platform. A lot of people have been waiting for this for quite a long time. You can see it's got quite a lot of attention already. We'll go ahead and give that one a like. And I've got a few notifications going up here. I'll give that one a like as well. So yeah, guys, I think I'm going to pretty much wrap this one up now. If you guys have got any questions for me, then what about a screen overlay for chat? Yeah, I think that's something that they definitely need to look at getting incorporated. As I said earlier, the difference between streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the moment is really 2 different worlds, and it's a large portion of why, although YouTube is signing big content creators over to YouTube, it's a great move, but they need to give them the tools to engage with their audience as well, because even the simple things like chat wheels and raids and things like that, you can't do any of that in YouTube at the moment. And I do think that's something that they need to work on quite quickly, otherwise people are not going to come to this platform to stream. You can still stream Stadia to Twitch, so it needs to be more inviting, I think, to people, and it will come. I'm sure it will. Thank you for the no. Thank you for subscribing, Pelican. It's always nice to meet some of the new guys as well. Victor's dropped in. Hey, Victor. Thanks, Meg. Should have joined us. You could have saved me from allowing Duncan to get his first win live on my stream. All right, guys. Thanks very much for stopping by. Don't know what I'm going to be doing stream wise this week. I'm going to wait and see what happens to my internet, I think, first of all. But I'll wrap this one up now. Obviously, we have got news coming on Baldur's Gate in a couple of days, so I'll be doing something around that anyway. And I'll try and come up with something and put it out on Twitter as well. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, definitely next time. You can find me at Arcadia_Stadia. Links will be in the descriptions below as well. And check out StadiaSource.com as well. It's the home of everything you need to know about Stadia. Alright guys, thank you very much. If you've enjoyed the stream, please make sure you hit the like. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You'll be doing me a favour. And you'll then get the content directly as well. Alright guys, thanks very much. Until next time.